No, it's not black debt, Commissioner. As I'm telling you that I don't associate Mike with monies and no.
It seems like Mike van Wyk wants to use the same strategy that was used by his partner in crime, Vusumuzi Matlala, in trying to run away from accountability. And that is, my phone has been tampered. With this text message that has been leaked by media houses, it looks like that is what he is going to say that I am innocent, I don't know anything. Actually, my phone was tampered, even though that argument was shut down by Advocate Cheskalson yesterday. But still, it looks like that is something that he might raise if he decides to file his supplementary affidavit. On the other hand, Suleiman Carrim is saying he's not testifying on Thursday from the information that has been revealed by eNCA. Actually, Suleiman Carrim is saying that he has a medical condition and has not recovered. I think we might see another testimony being given in absentia. Bombs dropped left, right, and center. As in, let's get to the video.
Suleiman Carrim is expected to come to the commission on Thursday, apologies. Is expected to come to the commission. But as far as we understand, he may further again say that he is not medically fit to participate into the proceedings. We don't know yet as to what will Matthew Cheskalson do again. Will we be seeing the same move that he undertook yesterday, where he just leads evidence in the absentia of the witness, while we waited to see if that will be something he will do? Because the commissioners, as emphasized yesterday, they want to complete these oral testimonies before the beginning of August so they can file their report and essentially send the final report to the presidency on the 31st of August.
In this video, I wanted us to actually talk about the explosive, the bombshells that were dropped, and the lies of Commissioner Julius Mkhwanazi. Guys, Mkhwanazi can lie with a straight face. Oh my God. Let us get to it. So, Mike van Wyk yesterday testified in absentia, and the explosives that were dropped have left me shocked. Even to this day, I am still shocked. And I want to share some of these important things with you as the viewers. And I wanted to start with what actually transpired and where this whole thing started. I wrote some notes and we are getting into it right now. So I wanted first to start with the issue of this video that was sent regarding someone that seems like they what was unalived, and everything was connected to Maxwell Mlangeni, Thomas Moya. Hey, and Umthembu Moya was shot. Hey, it looks Utemba Moya was shot. It looks like there's just a lot of things that were involved there. And the question that was put to Mike van Wyk was, why are you interested in the unaliving of someone that videos of the car of the person that has been unalived, the car of the deceased, was sent, you sent it to Matlala, or Matlala was sent it to you? And his argument is that it's because he's also involved in private security, and maybe, there should be some interest that he has with this particular matter.
And his response on pages 9 and 10 was the WhatsApp communication from 19 to 23 mainly relates to a photograph of a person I was informed by Mr. Matlala as Mr. Temba Moyo, who was shot. I'm also involved in the private security industry, and as such, as part of many WhatsApp groups relating to this industry, this photograph was circulated on one of them. I do not remember which one. So for that reason, I sent it on to Mr. Matlala.
But that's the thing, guys. It goes deeper, because now when we look at the cash transactions between Matlala and Mike, it gets to show you how their relationship goes. And we saw that cash that was shown to everybody. And according to their argument, that was just some money that was related to casino. It has nothing to do with illegal activities and all of that. But that's the thing, guys. After that money, we enter straight into the testimony regarding consignments and exhibits and drugs, if you want to put it like that. And I think I saw that the evidence leader tries to be that probably that money was from the drugs. Yeah, guys, it does look like that, because the sequence of the testimony does show some kind of, it looks like that money is linked to this video that was played, because we saw a video that was played of Matlala busy saying, get me a good price. And they were weighing these consignments and, bit by bit, weighing them. I think I did report on this after Pulelitwiti Jones, as well as that guy from eNCA, Yusuf Abramji, actually told us the leak that there was something like that. I did report about that, guys. And the voice note from Van Wyk saying, from Mike van Wyk, saying that
we've listened to it several times. It says we'll go in at 2:50.
Do we know whose voice that is?
We don't know for certain whose voice that is.
Has left me to be like, oh, there's no way that Mike is actually innocent. In all of this, it looks like Mike is very much involved. But that's the thing. That is where we see Mike deny everything. Mike saying that was not him. Actually, he does not know anything about that video and denies it all. Even though the evidence leader has disputed that and said, considering the phone that these people were using, because these phones of iPhones and stuff like that, you can't just say that when someone just implanted things and certain things is not what it looks. It is what it looks. It is the way it is. You can't deny what everybody can see, that this video, you received it. There's no way that it was planted and all of that situation.
Because we know that the video and the voice note are authentic, at least insofar as they appear on the third party's WhatsApps. Now, to plant that video into the WhatsApps of Mr. van Wyk and Mr. Matlala, we are informed, would probably be technically impossible. Because the chats between Mr. van Wyk and Mr. Matlala were extracted from an image of Mr. Matlala's iPhone 16. And we are informed that it's not possible to plant a message or a media file into a WhatsApp chat record on an Apple iPhone 16.
But that's the thing. That point of Advocate Cheskalson is also corroborated by the third-party chats. The third-party chats as well, they prove that there was talks regarding this bricks and how much they are worth. Others are willing to buy them for 350k, which they say it's too much. Others are saying 300k. And that is when we see certain messages from Van Wyk to that party being forwarded, including the one that says that we'll go for 250k.
At 10:48, Mr. van Wyk forwards to Mr. Matlala what appears to be a message sent to him by a third party. Mike, we're ready to take tomorrow afternoon, has got important engagement in the morning 1. Wednesday we can take 2 again. We understand that video to be referring that note to be a message sent to Mr. van Wyk referring to the bricks of cocaine that were being weighed out on the video. We'll get to why we say it's cocaine shortly. And Mr. van Wyk forwards that note to Mr. Matlala at 10:48, and then there is a voice call at 10:49.
And the third party screenshots, they also implicate a new person, which is Bishop. Bishop is speaking to Matlala as well. And the name of Bishop comes in because apparently Bishop is talking about it's over now. That it's over now. They don't want our prices. And there's voice calls that were conducted between Bishop and Matlala and screenshots forwarded to the third party, and then they reached the conclusion that we will go in at 250,000.
The third party of Mr. Matlala's WhatsApps with someone who is saved on his phone as Bishop. And again, for now, Bishop will remain nameless. And what the screenshot shows is that at 9:11, Bishop sent to Mr. Matlala a screenshot from his phone of Bishop's communications with Tando, Mario, Chino, Finest Group LDA, and someone whose symbol on Bishop's phone was a T. Then Bishop responded at 10:27 to Mr. Matlala, or forwarded a message to Mr. Matlala at 10:27 saying, "It's all over now, my brother, price is very down, they don't want our prices." At 10:28, Mr. Matlala had a voice call to Bishop. That screenshot was sent at 10:34. And immediately after that screenshot, Mr. Matlala forwards a voice note.
But here, this Bishop, a lot of people were asking about Bishop. I saw a lot of tweets on Twitter regarding who is Bishop and the relations that he has with the Big Five cartel and the ANC and Hagwani Maumela, because it looks like he carries the Maumela surname as well. And he said a lot of nasty things about Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. So if indeed that guy he is, because it's alleged, he is Bishop, then yeah, which means that guy is also dealing with these substances together with Vusumuzi Matlala. But from that party's chats, that video was actually deleted, the one that is about Matlala.
We were recruited to hating, so that's my view, that we were made to hate Sibiya. But after this, after carefully consideration and read between the lines, that number one, Sibiya is charged from the complaint raised by MK, and that shows a political interference at the highest bid. And this Mkhwanazi is the one who was promoted twice by Jacob Zuma within the space of 2 months in 2011. Sibiya got to be suspended. His protection gets to be removed. Khumalo get to be arrested for a serious allegation, not a pure gossip by the EMK and others. But at the moment, Sibiya is suspended. So we can see that there is a witch hunt against General Sibiya.
The question is whether those bricks are actually in relation to Ariton. And from the evidence leader, he said that really he can't really connect that. But we know that Vusumuzi Matlala has a relationship with Khan. Khan was at the scene of these drugs being intercepted. And also another information is that after all of that situation, that case of the intercepted substances, we saw that Khan started asking for bribes from Matlala. So that in and of itself is enough proof for one to make their own inferences and conclusions that high chances those are actually connected to Ariton, the Ariton bust. But as I've said, there is no conclusive evidence that actually those are related.
So now he then indicated that there were disciplinary charges that were brought against General Khan in the SAPS, and that General Khan demanded an amount of 2.5 million from him. I do not know for what, but then he only gave him an amount of 500,000.
Then it goes to Mike van Wyk and Julius Mkhwanazi. Commissioner Julius Mkhwanazi, guys, we know that there was MOUs that were concluded to allow Van Wyk and the company, which is Medicare 24, to actually do certain services with the city of Ekurhuleni, which is the EMPD. But what is worse is that it's not clear if whether he concluded with Medicare 24 or also concluded with Medicare 24 Tshwane. But we know that Medicare 24 Tshwane had blue lights. We saw with Vusumuzi Matlala floating around with blue lights. So here, these people had the entire plan to capture the EMPD. And it looks like what Amo van Wyk wanted is that they wanted all the tenders to be given to them with regards to anything that involves the EMPD. And Julius Mkhwanazi was literally folding or opened the red carpet for them to actually go inside the EMPD and do as they want. Because it looks like they were planning to have specialized units that are going to deal with crime response and drug busts. Hey, these people, guys, they were so busy. And it's such a bizarre thing that they always find themselves with drug busts. They want drug busts.
Mr. Van Wyk sends to Mr. Mkhwanazi at message time 8:35, top of the page, a mock-up of a card that represents something of a joint venture between Anubis Protection, which is the security company, and EMPD. And it says high-risk close protection specialized services for inquiries refer to EMPD Brigadier J.D. Mkhwanazi. So he is preparing cards that his members of this planned specialized unit will be able to hand out, and the contact point for anyone who wants to query them is Director Mkhwanazi.
Crazy, guys. And Mkhwanazi also at the Madlanga Commission, when he went there, he was so happy that day. Van Wyk helped us with COVID. Things helped us with this. Hey, guys, it's a lot that has been revealed with regards to the relationship of Van Wyk and Mkhwanazi.
It was this, Mike provided the COVID assistant, or just summarize COVID assistance. There was the question of us, but it's different with the cat getting the cars. Yes, even though it was not concluded, that one, but that one, yes, there was part of this as them providing services, yes, as them providing services with other emergency services to the city.
But that's the thing. Now we see blue lights being inserted in private cars. People go buy vehicle bakkies with the hope that actually Mkhwanazi is going to fit blue lights and red lights into their personal vehicles and actually have the EMPD logos in those bakkies.
Three key points here. Mr. Van Wyk wants to know if he will be entitled to put blue and red lights on his new bakkie. Now, the red lights are neither here nor there, because if it's for an emergency services vehicle, you're entitled to display red lights. And Medicare 24 was a registered emergency care provider. But the blue lights you need some sort of police authority for. And he's saying to Mr. Mkhwanazi, can I put blue lights on? He's also talking about needing to sort something out with the fleet, which we understand to be having the vehicle registered on the EMPD fleet, which in turn will then justify the blue lights. And lastly, he wants to know if he can put EMPD branding on the vehicle. And bear in mind, this is his own bakkie that he has just purchased.
What are you denying? You can respond.
Yes. When I'm saying you are not being fair, the letter talks, or that memorandum talks about blue and red lights. The one that I even said, I don't have powers because it's another. It's for healthcare.
And it gets so intense and even worse because it looks like Mkhwanazi took his precious time. It was not easy for him to actually get this done. Up until money was flaunted around him. Oh, shame. Yes. I hate poverty. Money was flaunted around him, and that is when we started seeing advances of a bribe. And it looks like all that money fed in the face, it worked because Julius Mkhwanazi said, you know what, I'm on it.
The response of Commissioner Mkhwanazi to that video is at the foot of 607, going over to 608. The 13 December, he says, we'll push tomorrow, well motivated.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
We see live ostriches in ambulances. These people are trying by all means to ensure that they get the blue lights. They're sending certain informations talking about you must do your Christmas shopping. I want my blue lights to be authorized. And with all of that, he said, we will push for tomorrow. But Van Wyk saw good time, but Mkhwanazi is slow. Mkhwanazi is acting so slow until Mkhwanazi was tempted enough. And it looks like he actually succumbed and gave them those blue lights because it looks like he did receive the money. And he did go to nice places to actually have fun.
No, thanks, Julius. I'll appreciate it because my partner is a little bit stressed that if they pull him over, my business partner, the one that's paying us, so he's hectic about the fleet story. But I hope you enjoy now your honeymoon this weekend and that you guys have fun and enjoy Cape Town and drink a lot of wine. And then when you're back, you can make a turn so we can chat a little bit.
Mr. van Wyk is again coming back in relation to authority for the blue lights because his business partner, and this is not Mr. Matlala, this is somebody else, his business partner is anxious about driving around in a vehicle that might get him arrested.
And then he tells you about the concern of the boss being arrested.
No, let's say it the way you say it. He said,
okay,
you had to do after what you have said.
Yes.
Christmas shopping. Then he touches his boss on blue light. Not to say I'm sort. Well, the way you are putting it, that he had sorted me with money, then I must sort blue light. No, it's not like that. We have repeated it twice now.
Okay.
And I'm keep on writing it. We have to do.
Well, if
you are cornering me to a certain corner.
Going back to the MOUs, that they need to reflect the new specialized service that they are planning, and that it seems to be some fake police clearance of Vusumuzi and Matlala. It's not clear if indeed it's fake or not, but we see some police clearance of which, how does Matlala get a police clearance when he was once arrested?
Document produced by Mr. van Wyk and Ms. Matlala, and SAPS has nothing to do with it. Then the issue of whether it could be lawfully issued or not.
I take your point, and we will follow that up. We have the identity of the person who purports to have signed it.
But that's the thing, not everybody is that perfect and got it all figured out in life. We then now see Mike van Wyk seem as if, him and Matlala are facing some financial difficulties when it comes to the SAPS contract after it was actually, I don't know, I think it was the time when it was actually cancelled. And I wonder, how did they pay all of these debts, guys? Because they have the debt of Steve Mutsumi. They also have the debt of Suleiman Carrim, the one of Hagwadi Maumela. I wonder how Matlala actually survived with paying all these debts. But it looks like he was just owing everybody. But here, we see a very odd exchange because Mike van Wyk and Matlala actually get into loan agreement. And this agreement, the terms are very weird. They say that we're going to give you our fleet of vehicles and you give us the money. And you might ask yourself, why will the Mutsumi family do with that particular fleet of vehicles? Remember, those fleet of vehicles are fitted with blue lights of what? Julius Mkhwanazi. But what would they actually benefit from that? Remember that these people have their own security company, and having a security company, they can easily, if they have blue lights, it will be easy for them to actually get jobs and actually do that particular protection, especially of big and important because these tenders, like working for the municipalities, transporting like significant people like ministers, mayors, councillors, as long as they're already fitted with blue lights, they can do a lot with those blue light vehicles.
So to whom it may concern letter, it's from Mr. van Wyk, and it says, with this letter, I, Mike van Wyk, in my position as CEO of Medicare 24 Tshwane District Pty Limited, advise that Ntokozo Motsumi from the below organization has our permission and mandate to register and operate all our emergency response vehicles throughout South Africa, and the company and address of Mr. Ntokozo Motsumi is given as Vusumuzi Security and Protection. Should you have any questions with regard to this mandate, please feel free to contact us. Now, what this letter is doing is essentially making the fleet of Medicare 24 Tshwane District available to Vusumuzi Security and Protection for use. We need to find out from Mr. van Wyk if that fleet is the fleet with blue lights on it, because one of the attractions of that fleet to anyone involved in security would appear to be the fact that, well, may well be the fact that it has blue lights.
So they said, you know what, give us some 20 million rands and will actually give you a fleet of our vehicles and pay you monthly. And the person who signed was actually the wife of Matlala, which is Takan. Hey guys, yeah. I don't know if she thought for a wife to also put her in so much trouble, but we women, that's ice as fuck. Hey. But another thing that I realized during this testimony is that actually Steve Vusumuzi, guys, is an old man. Steve Vusumuzi is old. I used to see pictures of people showing us Steve Vusumuzi, showing like like a brother. Apparently Steve Vusumuzi is an old man. Probably is the same ages as Mkhwanazi Msibi. But we'll see as the time goes by if actually these people are going to be called. And that's the thing. All of these monies, they wanted them. But the thing is that they wanted them for purposes of giving Julius Mkhwanazi money. Because Julius Mkhwanazi always went there for money. And now they knew that the certain benefits that they're getting from Julius Mkhwanazi, therefore it makes sense for them to actually pay Julius Mkhwanazi and give Julius Mkhwanazi money. But also Julius Mkhwanazi was not just sitting and giving blue lights, he was offering different business adventures. He even thought of an anti-hijacking unit as a new business adventure, saying that they can recover stolen goods.
So Julius, how can we get involved? How can my team get involved with this? I mean, we can make nice deals here.
So he says, how can we get involved? How can my team get involved here? We can make nice deals here. The response of Mr. Mkhwanazi is, I will establish a team of brand owners, EMPD and you. That's where we will be getting information about hijacked trucks, robbed stock. Mr. van Wyk says, cool, so we need to start putting stuff together. And the response of Commissioner Mkhwanazi, my brother, we have tools, only need 2 marked vehicles. I know you're registered at 0. So it seems that what is being contemplated here is an arrangement in terms of which Mr. Mkhwanazi and Mr. van Wyk will collaborate so that Mr. van Wyk gets tip-offs from EMPD about where hijacked trucks may be, and then there will be a 10% reward for recovered stock, which presumably is going to be shared.
And they wanted to get inside of that business as soon as possible. And we see a lot of monies there being paid between the company of Matlala, the one that we know, Ken VIP, and the company that was revealed to us, the one that used to pay Brigadier Majeng. So those are the companies that were actually paying Julius Mkhwanazi about 20,000. This guy was receiving a lot of money from these individuals. Hence, he was protecting them so much at the Madlanga. Because if you guys can remember his testimony at the Madlanga, he refused to actually agree that he has a relationship with Mike that is financial. He said that Mike will never give him money. And more than anything, whenever he was asked about these videos of Mike and everything, he said that he can't remember and doesn't want to can't associate Mike with money. And he was literally running away from answering questions with regards to Mike van Wyk.
I remember very well. I won't remember everything because it's a long time. I may not remember. I don't remember. But according to me, I know that red lights and blue lights are not for healthcare, are not for police. It's healthcare. You see. So
even with the issue of the blue lights, we just could not get the answers from him. He refused to give answers. Even when he was asked about the baki, that he had to fit blue lights in the private baki of Mike van Wyk, he said he doesn't remember all of that. Even after a video clip was played to him, he'll still say that he doesn't remember anything. And more than anything, another thing that I think we should talk about is the use of the National Commissioner. How the National Commissioner's name now and again was used in this whole proceedings.
That voice note. Hi, Mike. You're loaded on a system. You're just not in as employees, but are finalizing today with the national chief for other national objectives. So the message is you're loaded on a system, and we are finalizing the details today with the national chief. If we go all the way down to 14 February, this process finally seems to, or almost finish it.
Sorry, is the national chief the national commissioner?
I would think it would be the national commissioner.
And according to Mkhwanazi, he was just fooling Mike. All of this was just to fool Mike. But that's the question that I have for you. Who was the one that was fooled the most?
Sorry, move on. Commissioner, were you discussing with the National Commissioner of Police?
No.
So what is this about?
I think
because Mike also says they need the National Commissioner to do something, and then you respond and say you're finalizing today with the national.
I think I was just fooling him.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it Mike or Julius Mkhwanazi? Because someone here was really, really fooled. Another thing that I wanted you to think about is what I've said in the beginning of this video. There's this message that was revealed by eNCA that actually Mike looks like he wants to raise and invoke an argument that actually his phone was tampered with, and that some of the things that have been said here are not the things that he said. I don't know how would he dispute that, because how did it get then to the phone of Mkhwanazi? How did Mkhwanazi reply? Which means even with Mkhwanazi, it was fabricated. But Mkhwanazi agrees that he did have conversations with Mike van Wyk. It's just that he doesn't remember, because these are things that happened around 2021, 2020. So I doubt that that argument will actually stand. I think that it will dismally fail. But let me hear what you guys think about the testimony that was given by Mike van Wyk. Do you think that actually it will stand? And do you think that he will use this thing of tampered with the cell phone? And what are you looking forward to with the supplementary affidavit that he's about to bring, especially in light of the contradictions between him and Mkhwanazi? And it looks like they were using each other. The other one just wanted money, the other one just wanted blue lights. And the other one did anything to make the other ones believe that he has the power and the influence, whereas, oh shame, he was just a criminal.
Have zero documentation and books for our training department. We're starting the new intakes for the for the EMPD police officers. Can you assist with printing? And I said, no problem. They're used normally to printing like normal prints would have done. We did it in book form. We printed it proper in book forms and gave it to him.
So all of this with the services your company provided, what benefits were accrued to your company?
Nothing. I've received awards in Boksburg for many, many years. I've been in Indonesia with tsunamis, no rewards there. I've been in Mozambique floods, no rewards. I've been in Haiti, disaster management, no rewards. This is who I am. I give people things in life. If you look at what we did in COVID, and you look at Jacaranda, what we did, and the awards they gave us, we gave free assistance to people in need.
Was the relationship with Mkhwanazi beneficial to your company?
No, not at all.
Hey, guys. Suleiman Carrim is probably Suleiman Carrim might not testify. So he was due to appear on Thursday. And to those who don't know, Suleiman Carrim has been trying to not appear at the Madlanga Commission many times. Probably it's been more than 5 times Suleiman Carrim trying to run away from the Madlanga Commission. Firstly, he challenged the subpoena. Secondly, he challenged him, he wanted to be in camera testimony. The second thing, he challenged the fact that he received the documents late, like he's been fighting. He's admitted in hospital. The next thing, he's not fine. There's another date that has been given. Now, he's supposed to testify on Thursday, but it looks like he might put another sick note. Sure. Guys, I don't know. I'm hot. What you guys think is going on? I think what they did with Mike van Wyk? Suleiman Carrim. On the other hand, it has been revealed that Julius Mkhwanazi is going to be testifying tomorrow. I just think that tomorrow is his D-Day. No more lies, because he's busted. Everything points back to him, from the testimony of Van Wyk to the testimony of witness today. He is really in big trouble. And I think after his testimony, it'll be luck if he doesn't get arrested. Like, it doesn't look good for him at all. As he can. Nonetheless, let me hear your thoughts, guys. Let me hear what you think. I will see you guys on my next upload. Bye.